Hey, you guys!
Ew, how you doing?
Welcome to the House of X Entertainment,
where you will be entertained.
I'm Wanston.
And I'm Leo.
And a 1, 2, 3, go!
We stay entertaining. A deuce douche. A deuce douche. We stay entertaining. A deuce douche. A deuce douche. We stay entertaining. A deuce douche. A deuce douche. We stay entertaining.
Yes, guys, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the live.
Yes, who do we have in the building? Hey, Buddha, what's going on, Buddha?
Buddha's in the building, yeah.
Hey, Shonda's Corner.
Hey,
How are
Shonda.
you? Welcome in.
How you doing?
Hello, Demon
Joker.
Demon Joker, what's up? How are you? Welcome.
Hey, Joker.
Goddess of Pain.
Hey, Goddess.
Hey, Goddess of
She
Pain.
came to my stream before.
Tamina Sis. Hey, Miss
Hey,
Hall.
Tamina.
Hey, Miss Hall. Sorry.
Hey, Miss Hall.
How you doing, Miss Hall?
Oh, now he skipped you, girl.
How are you?
Hey, Cassie.
Cassie's in the building. What's up, Cassie? And then we have our guests backstage. Yes, Blaised Radio is in the building.
What's up, Jamar?
Yes, welcome.
I'm trying to catch everybody.
Carlos? I think that's Carlos, right?
I think that's Chaos.
Chaos, how are you? Welcome in. We got Bestie in the building. Raymond. How are you? Welcome in. And we have
Champion Wrestling.
Championship Wrestling. What's up? Mr. and Mrs. Animal, how you doing?
Hey, shout out to all the new people in the stream. Thank you for being here. What up, Tiffany?
J-Mar, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, we got Tiffany in the building.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, we got the G family.
Hey, G family.
How are you? Welcome in, everybody.
We got Stealing Rich.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, this is where's the Blaze something for cash? You mean like his Cash App?
Blaze doesn't have a Cash App.
Does he have a Cash App?
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
He doesn't have one. I think he has a PayPal. He can put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Grind Gang Gaming Network.
We got Gaming Network in the building. Dude.
Why did you have to go to make me like
that? Like you? Oh.
Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so
much. Hey, Jaden.
What's up, Jaden? Thank you all.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yes. If you're not connected to the channel, make sure you guys please subscribe. If you're not,
yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing.
Thank you for everybody being here because we know it's a little late.
Yes, it's a little late. All moderators, please make sure that you guys welcome in everybody.
Yes, make sure you guys get something to drink and beverage.
Yes,
a little scotch and whiskey.
Yes, make sure you drop the channel link and also the our guests channel link, guys. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for coming in. You guys are amazing. All right, we got one more minute before we bring up our guests. One more minute before we bring up our guests.
3D, what's up?
Thank you, 3D, for coming in. You are amazing.
Well, 3G is okay. I game in network. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Eve Belize.
Hey.
Welcome in, darling.
Welcome to the live.
Yes, Eve Belize is in the building. How is it my fault? It's going well. Cassidy, thank you so much for coming in. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
I think they're talking to each other. I don't think that was for us.
Ooh, child. Excuse me.
I think I could be wrong.
We have a friend from Facebook, Real DJ Gaming. How are you guys?
That says Real DJ Mike.
Real DJ Mike. How are you?
What up, Mike?
How are you? Well, we are doing well. Why is this popping up? Jesus. We are doing well. How you doing? 3D says because you had to go to make me like you. Oh my, they're having a private conversation in the chat.
Tiffany said, hey, hello, Cassidy.
Yes, welcome
in.
in.
Saying hi to Tiffany. Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to the exclusive show, everyone.
Yes, exclusive.
Yes, this is the exclusive show, guys. This
Okay.
is our
This is the late night special.
the late night special, honey.
Okay, late night
Welcome in one of a kind blogs. How are you?
Hey, one of a kind.
Welcome, one of a kind. Thank you so much for
When
coming
I see
in.
the name One of a Kind, I think of Rod Van Dam. Because
Yes.
his theme song is One of a Kind. One of a Kind.
Welcome, one of a kind blogs. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes. Welcome, everybody.
Shout out to all the wrestling channels in the building. Yeah.
It's not private. I blame her. Very public for me having this song in my head. Well, welcome to the exclusive show, honey.
Great, thank you.
Where we keep it exclusive all the time.
Yeah.
Where we keep it exclusive all the time. Hello, Rich.
Don't know.
Hello, Rich. How you doing, Rich?
Hey, don't know.
Welcome in. Hello, don't know. Welcome. Buddha, thank you for rating.
Thank you, Buddha.
Thank you, Buddha, for rating. Welcome, guys. We're gonna bring up our guests in one more minute. Thank you, Buddha, for rating.
My nose is bothering me.
Blaised Radio is saying hello to Rich.
Blaze is saying hello to everybody.
Yes. Welcome in. Shout out to Tiffany.
What did everybody do? What is that keeps popping up?
I have to close the notifications. Hold on.
Well, please close that.
Yeah.
That is annoying. Child?
Yes.
Don't you hate when you're online and there's things popping up?
Hello, Kiara. How are you? Welcome
Buddha
in.
Hey, we got.
Hey, Kiara. Welcome in, Kiara. We got the YT cheerleader. She is the YT cheerleader. Hey, Burns. How are you?
Burns is in the building. Come on, Burns is in the building.
Yes. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. You guys are amazing. Make sure
that you are subscribed to the channel. If you are not, if you don't have us, grab us. We're very grabbable.
Yes, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, guys.
You know what I mean? So we can get that 1K, bro.
Yes, please make sure, guys. We need one more to 520. Thank you so much, Kiara, for subscribing.
Yes, you're the best.
We got
520. Yeah. 528. 528. 528.
Yes, you are amazing. All right, guys. Are you ready for our lovely guests?
Are y'all ready to get blazed?
Yes.
I said, is you ready to get blazed?
Yes, our lovely guest. This evening is none other coming all the way from the LDT Foundation, none other than Blaised Radio.
What?
Yes.
Yo, what is up? Leo Wonston, my friends. Glad to be a part of the show. It's my pleasure to be
welcome
here.
To the exclusive show.
Yes, it's great to be here, my friends. I'm good to see all these familiar names in the chat from you guys' channels, from my channels. I'm glad to finally talk here on YouTube outside of my character a little bit and talk about YouTube and just having fun here with friends. And how I like to say, and I say it's corny sometimes, but putting the unity back in the community. And I think that's one thing that you guys and myself have a lot in common here on YouTube. I'm glad to spread the good word here with you, my friends.
Yes. Hey, Unique Lavish, thank you for coming in. All right.
Ooh, yeah. All right. So we're going to jump right into these questions.
Fire away, friends. Fire away. But I'm anxious. That's good. Let me give a shout out to some of my peeps out there. Cassie's in the building. And Grinder Gang, my friend Chance, Jamar, everyone out there, Chaos Reaper. Great to see everybody, and especially everyone from the House of X out there.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Yes.
Okay, so the first question is, what made you start a YouTube channel?
Well, see that could be an hour-long show in itself, but I mean, long story short, basically, because I just recently explained to you guys exactly the story, and it goes all the way back to the 80s, basically, and mail order wrestling fantasy game where you filled out your name, you filled out your character's information, and you sent it into a little group of guys, I guess, in Ohio, and they would send you back who you fought. So and just kept record of it. So by mail order, I mean, there's fantasy football out there people think of. This is fantasy wrestling to a way, brought to you through a game that was created on Facebook where you pick the moves to fight and your characters fought. But I saw YouTube really bringing it to life with these WWE 2K games. And I watched it for a while, maybe 6 months, kind of studied it and watched what was going on YouTube. Met a lot of very interesting people, not only in that little community, but all the other communities. So people that are just podcasters or streamers, gamers, so many different types of. So I watched it for a while to see how kind of the gears turn, the wheels turn, and think if it was really for me, and I realized once I started and started to attract people, I've always been able to relate to any type of group of people, old, young, it didn't matter. I could always relate. And all my past careers in retail, selling to different people and everything, and whatever I sold, was always being able to cater to anyone out there and try to include as many people as possible. So I saw that YouTube window open where I could act silly, entertain, and use this game to do a lot of the work. And I could sit back and that's why it's called radio, because it's not about my face or me. It's about the game and about me trying to entertain and bring a lot of these people you see in the chat here have characters on my show. And we get to live out their sports fantasy, their wrestling fantasy, if you will, in that game. And at the same time, it's not all I'm about. Like, a lot of people don't realize I'm not a gamer because I use a game on my YouTube channel. Don't let it fool you. Don't get it twisted. I'm not a gamer. I play some basic games. I'm no shame in telling people that I'm 47 years old. I'll be 48 in a couple months here this summer. And kid at heart, always loved gaming, a passion for gaming. And you see on all the social media platforms, all the different people that broadcast gaming on YouTube and do play-by-play and have the little cutscenes where they're cracking on each other and having fun. And I thought I could use that with the community I created in Leaning Towards Death, which is an old eFed, if people know that you basically wrote up the matches and did the same thing in the mail order thing. So it evolved over the years. And when the digital era came on, I like to coin the phrase digital wrestling syndicate, the digital era of this game, and incorporating like a Dungeons and Dragons type idea is the best explanation. If you guys know Dungeons and Dragons, one person kind of leads everyone along the way, the story, and everyone brings their own characters to the show to have a good time. And I watched other people do it. I kind of knew my own way to do it. There's a million ways to do it. A lot of people get confused when they come in because it's not like a talk show or something. And people are in character, like you just noticed earlier. They're having a little private conversation in the chat. These people stay in character. They like to have fun. It's a little fantasy world, but at the same time, I call it escapism. Like, I want to give people that place to go to get away from the real world and just have some fun, kick back, be whatever type of character you want to be. And I jokingly, but at the same time, very seriously say an all-inclusive channel. So I try to include as many people as I can, and do not discriminate, and always like to bring so many people together. And there's some fallbacks on that because not everyone gets along. And in the wrestling world, everyone wants to be the best. They want to beat each other up. They want to trash talk each other. So juggling all that and still having a successful YouTube channel wasn't easy. So my love for sports, my love for trying to entertain, and the wrestling games brought me to YouTube, and I've made so many more friends outside of gaming and wrestling. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the other things my channel does too as we go. But the gaming and wrestling, man, it brought me to YouTube, and I'm so thankful for it to meet so many people. Long story short, right?
Listen, talk as much as you like.
That was amazing.
The people are here to hear all of that. You know what I mean? For those that may not know.
What are some dislikes and likes you have about YouTube?
That's a great question. That's YouTube can be something that if I'm going to lead by example, or I'm a humble person. I'm not one to pat myself on the back or really brag about things I've done, although I've accomplished a lot on YouTube. As far as I wanted to, I accomplished pretty much everything I wanted to early because I set my goals pretty low. I just wanted to have some fun. But some of the things that along the way, I hate to use the words, the toxicity and some of the anonymity of YouTube opens up a lot of doors. No one knows who you are behind the channel, so you can be kind of what I do on my channel a little more so. So some people take advantage of that. There's trolls and people that like to annoy people that do YouTube, and a lot of people that don't understand the people that do YouTube. Like, if you got to take the time and just find out who's the person behind the channel, what they're trying to accomplish. A lot of times that stuff doesn't happen, but it's always going to be there. I watched YouTube evolve, and we talked about this earlier too, to kind of regulate it a little bit, because you don't want people attacking each other in your live chat. You got to have good moderators to help keep that type of thing you don't want in your live chat out of there, but keep it entertaining at the same time. You saw two people from my shows in your live chat having a private conversation. Like I said, they're staying in character. There will be a show on the game that I'm calling the matches, but they'll have a show in the live chat, just like with their own characters. Take off with it.
That's amazing.
But I fear a lot of things on YouTube that people got to watch past is don't let it get to you. If you don't get what you want out of YouTube right away, or if you see other people's doing better, or things like that, that brings the hatred. That learn from each other. I watch other YouTubers all the time just to learn how to do something better, or maybe a different practice. It's good. It's always good to share your best practices, and just learning to get to know Leo and Wanston a little bit. I've learned a lot of things that they've done. What makes them successful on YouTube. So I'm not going to reverse interview you here, but I could because I love picking their brain too. And all three of us are here on YouTube for a very similar reason. It's to uplift, is to bring light to people's lives, and to make people realize they're okay right the way they are. They're welcome many places. Bring the unity back into the community. All those little things, those sayings that I like to say about why we're here on YouTube. It's not said enough. Because people feed for drama, people feed for discourse. They want to see people argue. They like fighting. So there's good argument. There's debate, which is the argument versus debate is something that a lot of people that I do, like I said, have to juggle with. So YouTube can be a big challenge, but don't give up. You got to keep fighting. You got to stay positive, and you got to find people to help you too. Don't be stubborn and try to do it on your own. Learn from other people. Even learn from the people you might not like. You learn things you should be doing, plus you learn things you might not want to do. But there's no wrong way to do it. That's the thing. You got to be open-minded about it's not always my way, the highway, or you see a lot of people that they get very full of themselves because of a YouTube channel or the success they can get from it. And staying humble while you continue to grow a fan base and people, it's something. I've never been comfortable with it. I'll be honest. A lot of people are, and handle it very well. But you're putting yourself out there, and it's a risk sometimes. It's a risk a lot of time on YouTube. Talk about things that to worry about is you see a lot of bad stuff happen with YouTubers, and you don't want to focus on it. I like to stay positive, but it's the continuous juggling act is the best way to put it, to bounce around and stay positive, stay fun, stay fresh on what your content is here on YouTube, and not let all the other stuff bother you. So that's the biggest obstacles I find on YouTube.
Absolutely.
I know that's right. Okay. The next, I'm gonna skip around with my questions. How did you come up with the website, and how does it help the characters?
Well, we'll go all the way back to I was a marketing major in college. I have an advertising and marketing degree, and doing logos, graphic design, little dabbling here and there in all the different areas is what I'd like to do in the past. Now, as I explained to you guys previously, I got into retail after that. I managed a sporting goods store, a very big, successful chain, and going up through management there was fun. And then selling cell phones and computers when they were hot, like when the personal computer industry boomed. I was at Gateway Computers in Pittsburgh selling computers. So everyone, they walk through the door, you can make a lot of money when that's the hot thing. Early 2000s, when the cell phone boom came out, and everyone, their mother, their grandmother, their sister, their brother, and their cousin, everyone had a cell phone. And then it went from regular phones all the way up to the smartphone. So getting a lot of money from people. I was in industries, luckily, that I learned a lot about networking that I brought here to YouTube. I learned here a lot about advertising and getting the word out, giving a visual. Like I want to paint the picture to the people that come to my channel, what we're all about. I do a quick little saying to new people into my channel when I see a new name to try to explain to them that we are a creation and simulation federation. It's interactive digital wrestling game for your entertainment. Original created characters, and the creators and the managers are live in the chat in character. So that's like, in a nutshell, what I do. But I've opened my channel up to other things. We've done some weird gaming stuff. Redneck Avengers in the house. Good to see a lot of my loyalty friends that have been around for 3 or 4 years now. that I started in 2017. And it's been such a wild ride. And the changes in YouTube, I understand. I don't agree with a lot of them. But what I've learned is the law I follow from is you don't bash the medium that you have to put your word out there. So I get it. The frustrations of you YouTubers out there when things aren't wrong, when things glitch, when you guys restart your stream, when your numbers aren't right, when you know everything's messed up. But saying bashing YouTube and bashing the medium that you're on or the glitching in the games and stuff, I just want to stay positive and continue conveying that positive message and fun when you're here on YouTube. The world has enough crap you got to deal with on a daily basis. I want to make the place I have, my little space on my channel, a fun little getaway for people. And I call it escapism once again. That's what I want to provide to people, a place to get away. Have some fun, be silly, be wild, and just be yourself. And that's okay no matter what.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for everybody that's coming in the door. We greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Redneck. Shout out to T Studio. Shout out to Be the Difference.
Absolutely. What made you start creating characters in the game of YouTube content creators?
Well, like I said, when we did what was called an EFED, an electronic federation, basically in wrestling, where everyone created their characters, and it was on a website, basically one website, and everyone would just submit their moves and what they want their character to do that week, or get in contact with the person running it. And when we brought it over here, the game already has a creation suite in it that lets you change the eyeballs, the glasses, the clothes, the everything about them, the different entrants. So the originality in this game, and it's going from WWE 2K14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and we're still on 19 now. And to create a character is so in depth now, to give it a different entrance song, to give it a nickname. And I mean, there's no secret. I have cards on each character, so I know their name, their favorite move, their height, their weight, where they're from. So it sounds like a show you'd be watching on TV. You know, with as low of a budget as humanly possible as clicking a PlayStation and watching a game. I want to give the fans out there the experience of watching a television show. Maybe a little more than that, because I can curse a little bit more. You know, I can have fun a little more, be a little wackier than you're going to see on TV. I don't have as many boundaries. But then, like we just talked about, some of the downfalls, some of the things you got to follow on YouTube. You can't go overboard with what you say. And with what I do, there's already going to be people that want to attack each other, but you got to know your ways around that. You got to learn to get in touch with each of the people. So as many people I bring into my channel, I like to get to know them a little bit if possible and what they're all about. So if I have a contact on social media, on Facebook or Twitter or Skype, just be able to touch base with them, because it is a game. It's a creative game where we do create stories sometimes, and be able to talk to them behind the scenes helps make the show look a little more fun. So it's a big production that I get normally really organized with. That's why I told you guys right before we went live, this is out of my wheelhouse, because I'm used to being so organized and structured. And I'm just coming in here like, good, hit me with a question. I'll tell you what I'm all about. Because I've waited to share a lot of my story with not only the people that come to my channel, but there's I don't like saying my community. It's our community. It's the Digital Wrestling Syndicate, which is I like to refer to it of, because three and a half years ago when I started, there was maybe a dozen that I could find on YouTube completely. And now there's literally hundreds, you know, from Xbox to, you know, Fire Pro Wrestling and these other games. And there's 2 games coming out where people are going to take this game to make it more than it is, more than just playing a video game. It's living a little fantasy life as a fighter, you know, in a combat sport. And a lot of people dig that. But I like to take it to the next level, and I want to convey a positive message. I want to uplift people. I want to get everyone involved. I want to make people that maybe not necessarily in real life have been or had the opportunity to be a superhero, give them that platform. Make them feel like they're a pro wrestler on TV, cutting a promo, having fun, making money, or a villain if they want to be a bad guy. I want to give them that too, and let them be the bad guy, be the other side of the coin, the devil on your shoulder. You know, this and that. So, and the community has grown so much that there's people like Grinder Gang, Maverick Championship Wrestling, even in the chat, and there's literally wrestling shows every day on YouTube that do what I started doing almost 4 years ago. but I do a little other things as well. And not too many people, and we talked about it. I don't know if it was going to be a question or not, but not too many places. If you want to talk about originality, if you want to talk something that's fresh, something that you're not going to find probably any, if I'm going to do my little promo on my channel, you're not going to find anyone else on YouTube that does wrestling, gaming, and gardening. I got my little sound effects as well.
Well, go
So
ahead.
it's a weird combination, but it's a passion of mine. It's something I like to do, and I thought, as people told me, you should do something else. I thought maybe a little more gaming, and I did the game show host spiel with a Family Feud game and a Battleship, so I don't mind doing that and bringing them the old, hey, welcome to the game show. You're live on Blaised Radio. Like I always would love to do voiceovers. That's something that I've started to find people like, oh, your voice is fun. You have a great time on the show, and but I never thought of it that way. I sang back up in a rock band before. I was a DJ for years. So wedding DJ as well as a music DJ in clubs and bars. So I was not afraid to get on the mic. So here, that was kind of natural to me. And that's, I guess, one place where I see a lot of YouTubers that go live and not necessarily bring structure or anything. They just want to have fun on either playing a game or bringing some kind, because I've seen people do basketball, football, baseball, kind of the same thing that I'm doing with wrestling with created characters and let you play along. Let the computers play it. Like some people think I'm sitting there playing it. No, I'm not playing. I don't know how to play that game. It's hands off. It's all you pick the moves and let the computer versus computer. I should have been clear with that at the beginning for some of the people that really don't know what I do. But it's all about commentary. It's about me trying to bring something fun, something wild about this show, including the people in the chat, where I have these interactive games, like for instance, the game of roulette. I will tell everybody, throw a number in the chat between 0 and 36. I have a website brought up with free roulette. Hit the button. Whatever number comes up, that person in the chat can now make a match. They can pick their opponent if they have a character and find out who they want to fight. So any way to keep the people in the chat involved, and that's one thing I've found with Leo, with Wanston, you guys on your channels and stuff, the engagement with the chat is phenomenal. You guys do not miss anyone in the chat. You're always excited about people coming in the chat. There's nothing that says you have to go to these shows on YouTube. It's a pleasure for me to have anyone show up in my live chat. And you guys kind of treat that the same way. I respect the way you guys run your shows. And it's been a long time. I've been watching these guys. I can hype them up and do a promo on them and their shows for a while. I've been watching them for a long time. I'm always entertained by both of them. And that's why it's such a pleasure for me to be on the show here tonight. And I thank you guys.
Chaos says Blaze is low-key amazing. He is the one who inspired me to do YouTube again. He deserves all the respect in the world.
I'm not ashamed to say I'm an emotional person too. And some of these comments, like, it's not easy to take compliments as good as these guys do it. But Cassie's an amazing person. Redneck Avenger has been loyal since day one. Sterling Rich is one of my good. These people are all over the place. And like, I do a StreamYards talk show, and I'll be doing one Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern on my channel, called the Get Blaised Talk Show, which I finally watched people like you guys and everyone on YouTube doing these StreamYards panels and stuff. And I thought, that's a pretty cool way that we can bring something that they had in the community before I even came into this little wrestling community, where they had radio shows, where on the internet, there's different radio channels you can go to and do a broadcast. And they would talk about their federation, their characters, and how they're interacting and everything. So bringing these StreamYards and my Get Blaised show, I like to bring people on to and talk to them, mostly in character, and try to have fun with the show. But that's a little something that I've always tried to stay creative, but to hear some of the positive stories and to see someone say, oh, he's made me want to try it. Or, he's inspired me, or I've, the little bit that because I never came out preachy. I didn't want to come out and say, even when I started to get successful, when people kept coming to the shows, and I thought, I really got something good here. I want to take advantage of it in a good way to give back. I didn't start asking for money, although I do get some very generous super chats. And I love that. I put it right back into the channel to try to give more entertainment to people out there. There's a lot of people on a serious note that are homebound, that are on YouTube a lot because they don't have anywhere to go. They need somewhere to have an outlet, and sometimes they need a little more help. So there's a lot of people out there. I guess if you're starting a YouTube channel and you're frustrated about getting people there, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to tap into all these wonderful communities and find out about what they do it and how they find out what they like to do and how they convey it to the audience. And how do you keep people coming to your channel is the toughest part. Anybody can I always say that anybody can just press that button and go live. It's one thing about YouTube that anyone can do it, literally. And that's a good and bad thing because, there's always that balance out there. So you got to weave through it. But the ability to do something positive and give back is there. And whether someone's just likes to be a part of something, I want people to be involved and feel a part of something, whether they win or lose, which is a very tough task. Because now you're talking about very competitive people who are gamers, sports fans that want to win. And what I do, you lose a lot. So you develop your character. You make something funny about why he's on a losing streak and how he's going to turn it around and get a new move or help someone out. And when you start to communicate more with the people that are involved in your YouTube channel, like really embrace those that you see the names continuously coming to your channel, and
Absolutely.
Be thankful for them. You'd never catch me yell at any one of the people. It's a blessing to have them stop into my channel. And there's a lot of, if they know if they get sentimental on me, they'll get to me too.
So
go ahead. Next question, please.
A lot of folks don't know, and I believe is when you first started your channel. It is on your channel, I think, in older videos. And you are a gardener, you landscape as well. So who is your inspiration for landscaping and gardening?
Well, I'll get the tears out now while I can, because that's another sentimental subject, but it's okay because I'm here to share, and I'm here to hopefully inspire, if I can, some people to do better and give back and enjoy life while you can. And I have my little spiels, my little sayings I say on my channel, and D-Train is another one out there, a good friend of mine that has found that YouTube can be a place to escape and come and have a good time. And through some of my really good friends I met on YouTube, I ended up sharing one of my passions, which is gardening. I'm not that great at it. That's why I call myself the seasoned rookie. 10 years of gardening, and it's a pun. It's a play on words. I'm a rookie. I'm a novice. But it's a fun of learning, number one, to be self-sustainable to an extent and grow your own food is a beautiful thing. They should teach more of that stuff in schools and stuff for kids to learn. That's a whole nother ball of wax to open up. But doing the garden streams was a way to try to show that, I'm not just a one-trick pony. It's not just the voice and just the wrestling persona that I want to bring to people. And I knew that showing a different side to yourself can not only open yourself up to being a better person and learning from other people, but draw more people towards you if they're out there. Like the gardening, like I said, you want unique, you're not going to find a wrestling/gardening stream on YouTube. If you do, let me know who they are. I'd love to get to know them a little better, because it sounds like we got a lot in common, things like that. And I love bringing positivity to people. And I want to learn. I come at that in the same breath too, because like I said, in my past industries, I was a public speaker as well. So I talk in front of people, and DJing weddings is not an easy thing. So I didn't mind talking in front of people, but this was a different ball of wax here on YouTube. But if I didn't bring the positivity and a positive message, I didn't really want to do it. And once I saw a community start to form, and turmoil here and there with some, and you can expect that. You can't always expect everyone to get along when a group starts to grow bigger and bigger. The more you have, the more there is an opportunity for some to have their differences. And that's one thing I've even learned to handle that better, like to accept, hey, you know what, person A or person B, we might not agree on everything, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. And even if we can't be friends, that doesn't mean we can't coexist on the same channel here in YouTube.
Amen.
I mean, and it's like running a private chat, but I always try to teach my mods, people that help run the channel, and the people that are on my channel a lot. It's an open forum. So as much as it's like one of those old wrestling e-feds where you're creating a character and trying to make them fight and win and be a champion, blah, blah, blah. You also got to keep in mind, person X, Y, and Z coming into your channel on YouTube has no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
So I've taken that into consideration since day one and tried to say, listen, when someone new name pops in the chat, I'm going to recognize them. I'm normally going to say hi to them and give a shout out to them because that's what people want. They want to hear their name. They want recognition. But I want the mods in the chat also explain what's going on, what we're doing, because otherwise they're like, what in the hell is going on around here? Why are these people in the chat yelling at each other? And the guy on the screen, he's not, you don't see his face, but he's going crazy. Like, what's going on here? Like, is he playing? Can I play against you? And I understand when people come on and do that because a lot of people on YouTube and Twitch as well are gamers. They're on here playing the game. I don't play the game. And a lot of my people that follow me know it's funny when I have to do something. The game will glitch out and freeze. And you have no object but to restart some of the game, and it kind of sucks. But you take control of the character, and I don't know how to do it because I don't play the game. But we just program the characters to have specific rules, specific moves. Let the computer versus the computer fight, and go from there. Create a show out of it and be creative with it. Right now, I'm doing a world tour, so the game can take you to different places around the world. And pretend you're here, pretend you're there, run a cruise going to these different places and fantasy, live out your fantasy. But at the same time, when I do my interview show, my Get Blaised talk show, it blows my mind because even a couple shows ago when I did a StreamYard stream, I had a friend from Canada, a friend from the UK, a friend from New Zealand, and one's from the West Coast, all at once on the call at once. And that's like a beautiful thing to me. That's bringing people together. That's using this platform for good and really blowing my mind that literally by the press of a button, I was talking to all these different people all over the world. That's a blessing. That's something we should be thankful for. And there's too many people that take that for granted around YouTube and any of these social media platforms. I've been around social media as much as computers and cell phones, like I said, to see and understand as much as it can be a bad thing and people take it this way because you can say whatever you want, you can be whatever you want. Those that are really out there to send a positive message and to make a difference with what's out there, touch people all over the world in a good way and make them laugh when they're having a bad day. Give them something to think about. Maybe what I'm going through isn't as bad as, what other people are just by talking to people, communication and being there for each other. And when I first came onto this, as much as I did understand it all, it was like, how can you really make a friend when they're on another computer somewhere else? But over the 4 years of me being on YouTube, I realized the connections you can draw are lifelong. They're amazing without ever, and it sucks because without ever hugging that person or shaking that person's hand or looking them directly in the eye, you can still get a huge connection from someone. And that's by finding out more about them. And if you find those people that are like you, that's the community you want to be in. Too many people try to dip into a million different communities or, try to cause trouble when you're out. That's going to happen.
Amen.
Find a way to get past it and find the beauty in it all.
Amen.
I know that's right.
Amen.
Okay. Next question.
Come on, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Where's the questions? Where's the tough ones? Bring them on.
When did you first fall in love with wrestling?
Oh, wrestling, I could take it all the way back. My father, who I'm blessed to still have around with me, and he's one of my inspirations in a lot of things I do too. My father, he's the inspiration to the radio part of my channel too, and I guess I got to give him credit for the voice to an extent. A lot of his friends called him Radio Rich when he was a friend because of his voice, when he talked on the phone and stuff like that. So when I figured I was going to do a YouTube channel, I didn't really want to have my face on here as much. I wanted it to be about the game. The radio aspect worked as part of the name, so Blaised Radio. What was the question again?
When did you first fall in love with wrestling?
The wrestling was when I was a kid. My father threw me off with to talk about my dad because I'm blessed to have a great family, great friends, and my dad would take me to the old wrestling around Pittsburgh. Professional wrestling is studio wrestling, as they called them back in the days. Because like I said earlier, I'm not afraid to say I'm 47 years old. So I was born in 1973. So late 70s, early 80s. Number one, I got to see 4 Super Bowls from my Pittsburgh Steelers in the late 70s. I was around barely for the first ones, but the wrestling industry is big around here too, with people like Bruno Sammartino from the Pittsburgh area. I mean, the list can go on. The Kurt Angles and the Shane Douglases and ones of nowadays that are from Pittsburgh. A lot of the indie wrestling in the Pittsburgh area is pretty big too. So I was going to some of these shows as a kid and just fell in love with the theater of it, about the story of it, about the athleticism of it. Like, I know it's choreographed, it's put together, it's a show, it's theater. And if you think of it that way, that you're going to go get entertained by combat, hand-to-hand combat's what I like to think it of. And that's kind of how I do my little show, is like I call it the gladiators of the combat kingdom. It's people that are fighting against each other. So you just want to think about hand-to-hand combat, but using words to help, creating the character to help develop it, using storylines to help. And becoming a wrestling fan for decades now, off and on for a little while. I've always had that inner, I don't want to, promoter. I wanted to do my own thing and use all the things I've learned in my life to bring someone a product here on YouTube that intertwines the wrestling game as well as my graphic art background with the website that I have, so people know who the champions are. Finding good people, just being a people person definitely helps on YouTube. Having an open mind to be able to make friends of every race, country, color, or creed, whatever it may be. And theater and fun, having fun with it, being entertained, whether it's laughing, and I say this jokingly, but I mean it. Whether you're laughing at me or laughing with me, you are smiling. And I want to put smiles on people's faces.
Amen. 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 Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Yes, thank you for those that are coming in. Thank you so much.
Shout out to King Ivo in the chat. I see you, my friend.
Welcome, King Ivo. So I'm gonna jump around. How is it not being able to eat many different foods?
We talked about it. I have a stomach disorder that I've dealt with for years in my life, and as you get older, things get worse. So as I started to garden and realized that eating a lot of raw vegetables, eating a lot of lettuce, a lot of cabbage, and things like that isn't really good for your system as it goes through. So eating vegetables like corn and things that don't process or don't digest that well. I learned a little bit of health. I was forced to through my stomach condition, as well as the fact that I garden, knowing that I was really enjoying making a homemade salsa. Basically, I would make all these different vegetables and cucumbers and zucchini and peppers and onions. And my goal, thanks to my grandmother, which I never really got to that point earlier. My grandmother was my inspiration to my gardening. She was always, and God rest her soul, she passed a couple years ago. But the idea of her grapevine she had when I was a kid, and a huge garden growing tons of food that you could basically pick a carrot out of there, if you didn't mind the dirt, and take a big chunk out of it and just be a kid, eat a grape off the grapevine and have fun with it. So I used that inspiration to try to bring gardening to my own. And when people were saying, wow, I love the landscaping part of it too, the visual aspect that goes back to my marketing, advertising, graphic design. So I wanted where my backyard is. And if you guys check out the playlist on my channel that has all my gardening stuff, I take you on a tour of the mountains near my house on one of the streams to show you a lot of the history in the area that I'm from in Southwest Pennsylvania. I take a tour of my backyard of the garden, where I'm basically living in the city, just outside the very small town, but also where there's tons of woods behind my house, like I'm living in the mountains as well. It's a beautiful area. I took advantage of a nice small house, a plot in the back of my yard, and started from just grass and digging a small. And if you watch the first gardening video I have here on YouTube, I go through an 8-year time lapse from me just digging up a space. And this is with no training. This is with, I cut grass, as a kid and working for the city, cutting grass and weird things like that and doing weed whacking. No real landscaping. I want it to look visually good. So the garden has paths and rocks and artificial turf at part of it, and, fencing up so the groundhogs can't eat the food, all the precautions and beautification, where I never really got into the flower end of it. I just wanted to grow vegetables. And see, there's more compliments. It's very hard for me to take, but Cassie's a wonderful person as well.
So with the stomach issue, do you have like bad mornings or good mornings?
No, I mean, it's tough. It's tough in the mornings to deal with what you deal with. And, each day, and you don't know what you're going to get each day. Kind of, if you're going to, you're going to be in pain for a couple hours, or half the day. It's off and on, or have a good day. But I told you guys before too. I mean, I deal with a few different things: pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain, all that good stuff from being an active athlete when I was younger, and just getting older, and having some issues that have been with me through my whole life that got worse. But I've always keep it into perspective. It's hard for me to talk about it because I always think there's people out there that are a lot worse off. I'm blessed to be able to walk, talk, give my show, do what I do, everything I've been able to do. I'm blessed to have been able to be everything I've already been at this point in my life. So I don't really, that's a tough question for me to answer, but it's a good question because the idea is to stay humble, is to, not be too prideful of what you can do, but be confident in what you're really good at. And sometimes it takes a few people to say, look what you've done, or look how people just keep coming back to your channel through all this. And you've got to be doing something right. And it built a lot of confidence in me that I didn't have for a long time. And mind over matter works in a lot of different ways. And when you're blessing other people and uplifting their life, it's a miracle how it can make your life better too at the same time.
Amen.
I know that's right.
Amen.
Right? You didn't think I was going to get deep on you?
Do you have your favorite wrestler?
I got a bunch. I was a Jericho fan a lot. Still am, because he's still fighting. Sting was a big one because during the late NWO days, I was loyal WCW during all those wars. So I wasn't DX. I mean, I'd rather be NWO. If you want to talk wrestling a little while, I get deep in it because there's so much intertwined into the stories and the soap opera of sports entertainment, if you want to call it, which is so drawing to it. His favorite wrestlers. Who do you hate? Who do you love? Who do you want to see get beat up? Who should be the champion? The question of who should get the title shots. There's so much intrigue and question. So Sting and Jericho are two of the biggest ones. I'm a big Flair and Dusty Rhodes mark too from back in the day, man. Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair put on some shows. I was very blessed to have gone to some shows in Pittsburgh and see not only Raw, SmackDown, but also WCW, Thunder, Nitro. I've seen some pay-per-views. I saw Unforgiven within The Undertaker came out. One of Kane entrants that I can still feel the heat from now. I saw a Royal Rumble live. Plus, when I lived in Indiana for a while, I did get to watch a live wrestling show in Indianapolis, also up in Detroit, many different places here, mainly more than some people can, or get to be able to. Like, it's an experience everyone should get to see, whether you're a wrestling fan or not, to be kind of close to that action, to see these people throw each other around. And that includes the women nowadays more because they didn't get the shine back in the day like they do now. They didn't get to be on TV as much back in the day as they do now. And I'm talking 80s and into the 90s. But now they're just as badass as the men. And it's great to see them. And the amount of fans that I have, both male and female, and of so many differences that I bring into my channel, that's what it's all about, is bringing people together. Even though they're different, even though some of them may not like each other, I want to bring people together just for a few hours every couple of days and have some fun with them. That's what I like doing.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Is there a ranking system for what title you can go for?
You just want to get the world championship, Leo. Leo has a character on my show, for those that don't know. Leo and Watson. Now, here, I normally take this kind of seriously, and when I was a manager at these retail places, I had to do interviews. So getting interviewed is a little different for me because I'm used to giving interviews. So what I do when I find someone who's interested in my channel, on my show, what I do, now that I kind of talked about it, I want to know a little bit about them. So I do want to interview them a little bit and send out what I call an application. Tell me a bit about your wrestler. What are they about? What do they do? What's their character? And if you don't know, because I believe in 3 different levels of engagement in what I do. And it kind of is a universal rule for, I think, a lot of YouTube. But no matter what you do on your channel, you're going to get people on the top level that are so into what you do and love it, and they're good at it, and they're right on board with you and follow suit. There's going to be people that come to your show on the fly when they can, because they work, they got families, they got jobs, and they're going to enjoy what you do, but they're only going to be there every once in a while. And there's going to be people They really are just there no matter what because they enjoy what you do. They're just there, and they want to be a part of something. The trick is trying to accommodate all three of those levels and have fun with it. It's not an easy task. So you got to stay original. You got to stay focused. You got to bring something new all the time. So I want to find out more. I want to get an application from those people and find out. So I actually went outside of my box. Instead of people coming to me saying, hey, I want to be part of your show. I want to be a part of your show. Hit me up and slide in my DMs. We'll talk about it. I went to Leo and I said, hey, I want to make your character to be on here. He goes, what about both of us? I was like, perfect. Give me some details. Let me know about you. So Leo X, Teddy X was reborn. The blue, the red outfits. We talked, and this is a prime example to kind of talk to the people about what I do. Is Wanson's not a wrestling fan. Leo is, but that didn't stop us because I just dug in deep to find out what would you want your fantasy fighting character to be. You don't have to be a wrestling fan to have fun on my channel. There's another sales pitch in there for everyone who wants to have some fun. So when I ask people their application, it's not only wrestling related. I'll also ask, what's your favorite movies? Give me the top 3. What's your favorite music artist? Give me the top 3. What's your favorite sports teams? Give me the top 3. And sometimes I never use that. Sometimes it's just a conversation piece. Sometimes maybe we can't think of a move name for you or a nickname for your character, but you're a Carolina Panther football fan. And all of a sudden you got a move called the Panther or something like that, using claws. You never know. We create through the character. So when we created Leo and Teddy X, to see the House of X people that you have that come to your channels come in and watch and see what I do, that's what it's about. The networking of finding other people that dig what you got, like what you do, and create them. And it was fun because I had to ask Leo and Teddy some questions. What do you want them to look like? Here's a screenshot. Take a look at it. See if you like it. And characters are fun. We picked out a song for them to have to come on, and people dig the song. Whether you want, like metal or hip hop or rock, I wish I could open that up to more and use any music, but unfortunately YouTube has copyright rules, so you can only use music on your channel that is not published. Like if someone has not. Now, I've been in the music industry to an extent, so I understand that. Being a DJ for 3 or 4 years, and also being in a band for numerous years on a couple different bands, realizing that the music aspect, I've always understood that, the copyright rules and everything. So I use a lot of the music that my old band used, that I created as a DJ, making beats, because I did make my own beats from scratch, add the bass because I was a drummer. So I used a lot of my own music to go outside of the box, and then found some pages on YouTube that have non-royalty, non-copyright music as well. And to add that to the channel, because you can't use something that's been published. If they have a publisher that's working on their music and it's copywritten right in the song in the YouTube, you can see in the description of the songs. The problem is, say band A has 6 songs on YouTube and they're all non-copyright. They just want to get it out there for people to see and to hear it. You can use that on your channel all you want. However, if they sign with someone, with a record label, say next week they sign with a record label, those 6 songs that are already on YouTube, they're now copyright, and the algorithm on YouTube will pick them up, and they're not necessarily going to go back and update the name to take out the non-copyright thing. So you got to be careful. And I've come from that musical background to know that. And I've seen people's channels get taken down for some weird stuff, like not filtering their StreamYards people and having people come in and, doing broadcasting things that shouldn't be broadcasted to get the channels taken down, saying the wrong things, or sometimes people's channels just get taken down. They don't even know why. So you got to be careful with the copyright and the music and things like that, and be creative.
Wow. You want me to keep going, or you got the next one?
Go ahead.
Hit me with your best shot. Come on.
Oh, okay. If you don't have any information on the person, is it hard to make the character?
It's more difficult, but there's a couple things. Number one, there's people like Grinder Gang, people like D-Train. There's a handful of people out there to do their own shows that sometimes they'll help create, because it is a process. If you go and do a lot of the older streams, I didn't do a lot of them, but other channels did, where they'd do a creation stream. They would actually take you through the process. Pick out what color eyes you want. Pick out what color hat you want. Do you want a jacket? Do you want shoes? Do you want boots? You pick out the whole look. You pick out what kind of entrance they want, specific to the moves and what music plays, what what colors are behind them when they walk to the ring, what actions they do. Someone like Grinder Gang 2, my man Chance out there, where you can create, I'm going to toot his horn because he was one of the best at this, creating custom entrances where you can take different parts of different people's entrances from that and just create. The creative aspect of this game is so phenomenal. And once again, my computer background and my graphic background makes me really appreciate how you can take this game that's meant to two people to play against each other, and we're turning it into a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we turn it into, hey, listen, you know, you can get people to just fight against each other. They have a mode in the game where you set up 7 matches and it just goes back to back to back to the matches. Here's your show. You know, give them different stipulations for the fights, who's fighting for a championship. And to answer Leo's question before about kind of rankings, some shows, they do rankings. They do points. You know, points for eliminations, points for wins, points for that. It's tough to track that. It's tough to get the people that are out there know what you're going by doing that. I know a lot of channels do it successfully. So if you don't have a website showing the rankings and stuff, people are going to have a lot of questions because they get into this. It's like a league. Like fantasy football can get so in detail, so does this. So everyone got to find their way of doing it, and whether it's doing the actual announcing like I do or not, letting the game do the announcing and just letting it play out. There's a lot of people that do it a million different ways. This game has evolved into something special. And like I said, that's why I don't mind stopping and explaining what I do, because I'm not playing the game. I touch this controller barely. It's like brand new kind of because I hardly use it. But when I stream, I press it to go live and I press it in between matches. That's it. But it's all the creation of the AI, the artificial intelligence of the game that pick what moves come next and how they fight each other and determine a winner. I don't know who's going to win. That's why a lot of people don't understand that. I don't know who's going to win the matches. I don't want to. That's the fun in the game. If we're going to make a game out of it, unlike the game that I talked about where a lot of people came from, which is called Wrestler Unstoppable, you press buttons and pick which move you want to. Now you're just sitting back and watching. So I needed to take it to a different level. If you're just going to sit there and watch your character fight, that's boring. So I figured I want to entertain them. So I do, like they call it, Blaised, my version of karaoke. I'll make a fool of myself and sing silly songs. But that's, you want to try to entertain. Another thing that why, you know, I really dig what you guys do, because you live by what you say. You stay entertaining. You always try to make it fun. You always try to bring some extra spunk, some extra energy to the show. And sometimes that's all people need.
Absolutely. Hold on. Let me see where
No, D-Train, do not let the game announce. D-Train, this guy's really good at what he does too. Okay. A great dude too, D-Train. You should not let the game announce. You should do it yourself, my friend. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Real. Tell us, how did your real life skills help you build your channel?
Well, I touched on this a lot already, and I can kind of sum it up by saying that when I started to see what people were doing here on YouTube with this wrestling game, I studied it for 6 months. I sat back and made sure that I watched how people did it, and tried to come up with something different and have some fun. Like they're bringing up in the chat the Shifty dance. Like we have a character, a guy named Shifty, the Drunken Dragon Clown. It's a weird character. He's a 7-foot clown, but he's a wrestler and he has a great character story and stuff. He's a great person behind it at the same time. But his theme song has him dance coming down. So I decided to sing the Shifty dance. Now it's a thing. And like people wait for the Shifty dance. In the chat, they type that they're doing the Shifty dance. Like it's about being creative. It's about really trying to take it to a different level and finding your niche and something. Bring what you have learned and my personality, like me being able to get along with anybody. The fact that I'm really organized. And I talked about it earlier, having like a list, and I know other people out there are using cards now that have the character information on it, which makes it a lot easier. It just makes sense to me to come with a game plan. And if you're going to put on what I want to call a production, a part of a show to an extent, a creation and simulation federation, which I like to say, a little tongue twister there, if you will. I have my little weird sayings I say on my show, and a lot of them I mean, but I write them down just so I make sure I say them. I say that the WWW on my channel is for wit, wordplay, and wisecracks. Yeah. You want to be witty. You want to do wordplay. You want to do wisecracks. Idiots, idioms, and innuendo are the 3 I's around here. And don't be afraid to be silly. Be an idiot every once in a while. and twist people's words, have fun with it. I could tell you, and we could go here with stories with some of the people in the chat of people who type something wrong in the live chat, a typo. And we make fun of it, and we have fun with that typo, and just never let that person live that down. Like the camaraderie, the fun that we have with the people in the live chat. That's why I believe in the engagement with the live chat big time on here. Like I know there's a lot of successful channels that upload their shows and they're in the live chat with you, but I really love engagement with a live chat. They stop in when you're live. You get to say their name. You shout them out. You might say something about their channel if they have a channel to hype them up as well. Tell people to go check out their channel. You know, that whole sub for sub stuff that people used to do and all that, they made it so difficult. And I say it on my channel. I say it right on my channel. It's as simple as this. You click on people's channels. If you like the content that they're doing, you subscribe. It's that simple.
Absolutely.
And it's free. That's one thing people don't say enough of. You don't pay for these subscriptions. It's just something you want to be notified of when they're going to do their thing. If you like what they do, it's that easy. Just check them out. Just go see people. And that's why I started something that was called The Gathering. And when I realized the community was building around my channel, I wanted to really make it something special, and collectively had 40 different channels that were doing YouTube on my show. And I thought that was something to be proud about, something to kind of make an event about. So I called it The Gathering, and I put everyone's link to their channel in on all the shows for that whole event. And I talked about it throughout the shows and my interview shows and say, you know, check out this channel, check out that channel. Let's raid these people, which is another practice I need to get better at. When I'm done streaming, if someone else is live, jumping into their chat and, you know, bringing a couple folks if they can, that can make someone's day. It really can.
Yeah.
It can change someone's attitude towards YouTube when they're down and they're thinking, no one comes to my channel and it sucks. It does. And I'm not trying to simplify that at all, but you get 3 or 4 people popping in and go, you know what, this dude got something special, or this dude's funny, this dude's having a good time. I'm going to subscribe. I'll jump back in again for him. I'll share him out. Maybe one of my friends will like him. It's all the networking aspect. So long story short, to answer your question, my graphics background coming to help me, my personality, being able to talk to different people and relate to them really comes to play as a YouTuber. You got to have thick skin. You got to be able to take what people are going to throw at you regardless. Be prepared for the worst. Have fun with it is probably the rule number one. And connect with people. It's just pure connection is such a beautiful thing.
I know that's right. Okay, so one of the questions are the wrestling community has been talking, and they would like to know, why is your YouTube champion scared to give Leo X a rematch?
So Leo X, I have a YouTube championship that I figured would be fun, because as I tried to expand my channel, I thought, why only tip into the wrestling community? There's so many different communities on YouTube, and there's sporting fans. There's scratch off community just for scratchers. There's coin community. There's a collector card community. There's tons of different communities. So as I met all these people, some people are just panel. They come up on StreamYards and BS. There's so many communities. I figured I want to give a real meaning behind my YouTube championship. Other people have had internet title or YouTube champion on their wrestling show before, but I had a whole event on it and brought in a bunch of people that were either wrestling fans or not wrestling fans. They may have had a character made or they may not have. I had to create it, help them, you know, along with them, create a character for them and had them fight. So the YouTube title became a thing. And our boy Leo over here actually won it.
Yes,
and,
he did.
And I like to, you know, give a lot of opportunities for the title, especially not, you know, make the top ones really hard to get. And that's one of our entry level titles. You just started, you got a title. And both Leo and Wanston were close to the tag team titles a few times, which I know is still on your bucket list. But what Leo fails to remember, and your boy Blaze McCoy as the promoter of Leaning Towards Death Wrestling right here on the Blaze Radio Network here on YouTube, Leo X has already earned the right to face our lethal hardcore champion at one of our upcoming events. Now, your boy Leo has come a long way since he started wrestling. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten faster. He's gotten hungrier. And right alongside of him, Wanston has been a terror in the ring as well, overcoming all the obstacles, defeating everyone put in front of them. You got to love it. Reaching out through the community, bringing other people in. Leo's got a date with the lethal hardcore champion, Corey Quinn, very soon on the show. I am live on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., Thursday nights at 8 p.m., Saturdays at 7, this Saturday at 6 for the talk show, which is Get Blaised. Pardon the pun, but we're just there to talk and shoot the you-know-what and have some fun. Talk show, if it is. About the game, about YouTube, about anything. There's some other people doing the same thing out there. My friend D-Train, I want to give a big shout-out to him who does Maverick Championship Wrestling. He does a 30-minute wrap-up show through StreamYards after some of his little wrestling shows to help people understand what's going on. Grinder Gang out there, my friend Chance does a show called The Conversation. A lot of people call this what we do CAW, which is Create a Wrestler. They call it CAW. I'm not really a big fan of it because you sound like a damn crow or something out there cawing. But CAW is what it's called, and he does a little show here now every once in a while on YouTube called The Conversation with the pun, where they talk about the art behind what we do, finding people, making sure they can do their character, getting them to promo a little bit, having fun even though you're losing in the whole 9 yards. So I could sit here and hype up. I would rather hype up other people because I'm normally a humble person. This is really outside of my wheelhouse to focus a whole show on me, even though every one of my shows kind of is about me. And that's the thing about YouTube. You go somewhere to watch someone stream a game or a show, but you go there for the person behind it as well because they're putting on the show. They're working their butt off to produce something for you. If you don't like it, by all means, just go away. There's plenty of other channels to find something to do with. But if you like them, pay all the respects you can. Show up to their live chats. Show the love to these YouTubers. If they are monetized and you can afford to do super chats and stuff, please, especially these two guys, because they got some of the best shout outs for when they get super chats. And I'll give them a super chat just to see the song they sing. That's entertaining. And these two know how to do it. I'll do a commercial for them. Anyone out there, I might as well do one last promo here while I can. If you want to voice
we got
over,
one last question.
You want me to do a promo for you? You want me to do a voiceover for you? You want me to hype up your channel? Come to me. Slide into my DMs. Let me know what's up. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Skype. I'm here to promote other people, bring people to light, make them a hero, make them a supervillain. That's what your boy Blaised McCoy is here to do. Final question time. Let's do this.
All right. Is Radio Rex going to step in the ring with Leo X?
Oh, Radio Rex.
Step in the ring.
I'm gonna keep it in character. I'm gonna keep a Blaze thing going here. Radio Rex has been a pain. He's a guy that shows up on my channel. For some of you people who know who Radio Rex is, you know who Radio Rex is. That's all I'm gonna say about it. He has been a thorn in the side. He has been a terror to my community, tongue in cheek since day one. The good guy, bad guy in the booth, as always, your boy Blaised McCoy and Radio Rex Rapolsky. Keeping it real or getting reeled in. I'm the Blaze. He's the radio. That's leaning towards death wrestling. Everyone wants to fight Rex. He's annoying. He's dirty. He's disgusting. He's filthy. He's the bad guy. He's the guy you love to hate. Now, he's also had a little bit of a following. Now, people are kind of catching on to the fact that if you insult him, he likes it. So you got to be careful there. So now, Leo, you just challenging him, that's old hat. I've heard that a million times. We've actually had 3 shows, and the people in the chat will tell you about it. They were called Rexecution. They were literally a line of people that just wanted to beat up the Radio Rex character.
Oh, wow.
So it was him versus all these people. I said, you know what? All you guys want to fight him. Let me know who wants to fight him. We'll have a show or 2 where you guys just fight him. Now, the big thing is you got to be careful what you wish for. You ask for a fight with the annoying guy, the bad guy, the dirty, stinky guy that's always pissing people off. What if he beats you? What if he wins? Then you got to deal with that humility.
Not gonna happen.
He might.
That's what you always got to prepare yourself
Radio
for.
Rex things that I forgot what he did. What was it? A couple of months ago? I'd say 2 months ago. There was a little battle royal we had, and he eliminated Leo. I'm not just gonna let that slide. So yeah, I won a match.
And if you enjoy that little promo, tune into Blaze Radio Saturday, 6 p.m. for the Get Blaze Radio talk show, where you guys and gals, you dudes, dolls out there can join along with the fun. Come along into the show. Talk to your boy Blaze McCoy. Have some fun. Sit back, let the AI take you for a ride. Strap it in, strap it on. Glad to be a part of your day. It's your boy, Blaze McCoy, always bringing you the fun on the Blaze Radio Network, regardless of who you are, where you are, what you are, how you are. You're more than welcome to come over to my channel. Always a good time. We put the unity back into the community right on the Blaze Radio Network, and it is a pleasure being a part of this type of interview. It's a pleasure having people to interview. It's a pleasure being on YouTube. And Leo and Wonston, they rock. These are two of the best YouTubers on the planet. They deserve all the shine, all the love they get on here for uplifting people, for helping people, for bringing the knowledge of YouTube, bringing positivity to YouTube, bringing love to YouTube. Shout out to Leo and Wonston. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Blaze, for being on our show.
Yes.
Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yes.
This has been another great interview by yours truly.
Yes. At this time, if we have any questions from the audience, you guys can go ahead. At this time, we're going to show Blaze Radio's channel and the LDT network website, guys.
Yes, which I'm on.
Yes. So we're going to show the website first, guys. So,
his website is off the chain. If you guys haven't seen it, like
I did try to do some extra with the website and create like a collector digital card for them for their roster members. So if you go, I try to keep in mind there's a lot going on. So I want a short website where people can go on and find out who's on what team, who fights who, what's going on the show. You can click on the roster, go to someone's page, and it'll actually show if you go to someone's actual roster page, and it's a digital card. Some of them are still in the process, but it'll show their height, their weight on the back. There you go. You want to show off Leo X, of course. They got their own collector card. The series of cards, I love creating the cards for the people, getting their information, and making it a little bit unique for them. We keep track of the championship history. So there's Firestar in the chat. She's one of the new members of the community that wasn't necessarily a wrestling fan, but has a blast on the channel. So the website is something that my Nightbot will drop on a normal basis when I'm on a live stream, just as a reference. So people don't have to come in and say, who do I fight tonight? Do I have a match? What team am I on? What's coming up on the next show? Who's the champions? It's all right there, as you see.
Yes, guys. So this is the website. You find all the information, the different shows, champion histories.
Yes, let's go to champion history. Go down.
Champion histories.
I don't know if the YouTube one's in there, Leo. It might be. I don't know. I forget if I added it. But as you see, it goes all the way back to year 2000. We wait till like 2015 before I actually brought it back. There's the YouTube championship. There's Leo in there.
Yeah.
Former champion.
So, it has the different shows, different championships, guys. So please check out the website. Check out Blaze Radio. Check out the website. You can find all the information, the shows, and everything.
The matches, the championship history, who's on the roster.
The link to the website is also on my homepage, on my YouTube page. You'll find the link to this website on my actual homepage of my YouTube channel too.
Yes.
So all the links to my social media as well.
So let us go to his YouTube channel. Hello, Firestar. How are you? Welcome in.
Hey, welcome in. Great interview. Thank you.
Thank you, Shonda.
Thank you for being here, Shonda.
Big shout out to anybody watching the replay, too. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment so these guys know you guys stopped by.
So this is his YouTube channel. He said, hosted by your boy, Blaze McCoy. All right, guys. So this is his YouTube channel. Awesome banner. And as you can see, the LTD website, his Facebook, Twitter, and he also has merch as well. The TeePublic merchandise right here. So as you guys can see, most of his amazing live streams. And again, his landscaping and gardening is right here. This is the playlist, as you guys can see. So check it out. Amazing, amazing landscaping, amazing gardening, guys. He did a couple live streams with him gardening and also like landscaping. So check it out, guys. He's such an amazing, 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 amazing creator, amazing person on YouTube. So please check it out. As you guys can see, Amazing content.
Stop calling me amazing so many times.
Yes. All right,
You
so
guys rock.
I will drop the link in the chat.
Yes, if you guys aren't subscribed, please do subscribe to his channel
Yes.
because he's amazing. Yeah.
It's all about growing a community and finding new stuff, new people to relate to and have some fun with, folks. I that's all it's about.
Firestar says, "Hey, Teddy and Leo. Hey, Firestar. How
Hey.
you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Thank you so much for coming in, Firestar. Again, if you're okay, hold on. D Train says, what is
Triple G's question?
What is Triple G's question?
Oh, did we miss a question?
Did
Do
we
you have
miss
a question?
Hold on, go back
Triple
up.
G.
Go down a little bit.
He never said his question. He's messing around. He said let's look at he wants to look at the other championships that he held.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not a question. See,
Okay.
they're always joking around. We're always jagging each other. That's part of the fun. But no one's gonna be serious enough to ask a real question. Don't ask a question at all.
Yes. All right, guys. If there's
I
any,
think that's it.
all right. I don't think there's no more questions in the audience. All right, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yes.
We really appreciate you.
So I think at this time our show has became to a close. Again, guys,
Look for me to win another title. Yeah.
Yes. We want to say thank you to Blaised Radio for coming.
Oh, he's trying to get me to sing. Oh, do you remember the 21st night of September? Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. A little song for you there.
Okay, give you a little sample. He said you ain't ready for the rest.
Yes. Yes.
Appreciate
So
you
thank
guys.
Blaised
Thanks for
Radio for coming to the exclusive show. Thank you for being able to do the show, guys.
Yeah, but tell Rex I only need one match.
One match.
One match. That's it.
All right.
We ain't got beef. I just want one match.
Okay.
Stay
All
tuned.
right.
Stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for Radio Rex, honey. All right, guys.
How's the X family? You guys are the best. Blaised,
Yes.
thank you once again for coming and doing the show.
Yes, guys. We're the House of X Entertainment.
Wait a minute. Stop. Pause. Come through tomorrow, everybody. We have another interview.
Yes. Tomorrow, guys, at 8 p.m. We have another interview tomorrow. So please tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Please come through tomorrow. That'll be our last interview until the week after, which we have two more. So, guys, we thank you guys so much. We're the House of X Entertainment.
And you have been entertained. Again.
I'm Wanston.
And I'm Leo.
And our lovely guest is none other.
Your boy, Blaze McCoy from the Blaze Radio Network right here on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you guys. We
Peace.
love y'all.
Bye-bye.